Sometimes quitting drinking looks more like breaking the habit of drinking. I know there can be the physical side of it, the physical dependency, the detox, the withdrawals. But for many of us, we have built a habit over many years, in my case, a decade, of drinking on a regular basis. And I learned that the way that you break a habit is by building a new one. Because if you just stop doing something that you've been doing habitually for a long time and just sit on your couch or just be idle and don't do anything else, you really notice that you're not doing that. And then you start to get overwhelmed, and then your mind starts going and your thoughts start spiraling, and you get that panic feeling like, I can't do this, I can't do this. But how not drinking starts to feel normal is by creating a new habit in its place. And early on, when I first quit drinking, I didn't even realize I was doing this, but a habit that I started was walking. In the evenings, in my first probably 3 months of sobriety, I think I walked miles in the evening. Around that time that I would normally pop open a bottle of wine and start drinking, I would go outside and walk. And now, almost 3 years later, that's what I still do in the evenings is I go outside and walk. Not because I'm craving alcohol or I want to drink, but just that I've created a habit of doing that. It feels normal. And when you're first starting this new habit or first trying to create a new habit, it doesn't feel fun. It feels forced. You may still want to be doing the old habit, but the more you keep doing it, the more that old habit feels further away. That drinking and the new habit feels like your new normal. And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be walking, but I do think it has to be something that is sustainable or not super expensive or something that you have to go out of your way to do, because chances are that's not something that you're going to stick to. So what is going to work for you is something that you can be consistent with. The last thing you want to do in early sobriety is during that time frame that you would normally drink, that witching hour, the worst thing you can do is just sit in it. Sit on your couch and just hone in on the fact that you're not drinking, because that's when you start getting overwhelmed. And like I said, your thoughts start to spiral. And then that's when you start to entertain the idea of drinking. And I think if you do that over and over and over again, weeks and weeks on end, I think it's just a matter of time before you give in to that temptation. So start a new habit.